Hi guys, what's up? Lorenzo, and exam finished, finally. So I'm ready to go on holiday and relax. But before, I have to answer to your question that you asked me in the previous video, and I'm really grateful to everybody that wanted to ask me something, because it has been really enjoyable for me to think about the answers that I will have to tell you. So enjoy the Q&A, and yes, I will think it will be an interesting Q&A. So, first question by Thrash Metal Anthem. He's from Germany, very close to Italy, and the question is: when have you had your first band, and what music genre did you play there? So, my first band, I had my first band when I was probably 15 or 16, because I started to play with a for electric guitar in the second year of high school, third year of high school, so very late. And there I was the second guitar player. I was not that much, I was not good, that much to play solos. And we played there some classic rock and hard rock, Bruce Springsteen, Guns N' Roses, Bon Jovi, and that kind of stuff. I have a few videos, but I don't want to show you because they're embarrassing for me. I was so young. So let's go to the second question. But before, just a little playing. So, second question by White Wolf is from Brazil. So interesting, so far from Italy. And he asked, I'd like to know your influences on guitar and why did you start playing the guitar? I had an evolution in music, so that's normal that I have had a lot of inspiration. My first inspiration and the first music genre I started playing was heavy metal. So the first one was Randy Rhoads from White Riot and Ozzy Osbourne, obviously, and he definitely marked my style of playing, of the alternative picking and the pentatonic approach. The second one, inspiration, was Red Beach, definitely. In fact, you have listened like a Red Beach guitar playing before. So yes, I get into the 80s art rock virtuoso music recently, 1 year ago. I get into fusion, rock fusion, and Sean Lane, and I have to admit that Sean Lane is my greatest inspiration. I've tried to learn his technique, and then I stopped because I didn't want to emulate him, but it's impossible to emulate Sean Lane. And now inspiration is Lee Rittenauer. He's a jazz fusion guitarist. I've listened to him in a live show here in Milan. And at last, my last approach to a new technique is the slap on the guitar. So I'm trying to learn something from Larry Graham. But anyway, slap and funky. So, third question by Lucian Sarbu. He's one of my, loyal follower. Hi Lucian. And he's from Romania. He's asking, which was your first guitar, acoustic or electric? Which is your favorite guitar? So that's very interesting because my first guitar, it was not an acoustic, it was not an electric, it was a classical guitar, because my parents thought that giving me a classical guitar would have been better to learn how to play guitar, and I have my theories about that, but I can play a classical guitar, and later, after this question I will play some classical. My favorite guitar is probably this semi-acoustic and the Les Paul, obviously. Now I'm playing so much this semi-acoustic. It is my father's semi-acoustic, and actually I'm playing it very, I don't remember the term, so much. Okay. So the fourth question by Joe. He's another loyal follower. Hi Joe. And his question is, when did you start playing guitar and do you play another instrument? When people ask me when did you start playing guitar, I normally answer the second year of high school, because I had a guitar but I didn't play it too much. I didn't play with conviction, because I didn't want to play classical guitar, I wanted to play electric, so I was like, okay, I have a guitar but I don't play. And I used to play games and video games. And on the second question, Joe asked me, do you play other instruments? I know to play the flute, I know play the Irish flute, the tiny whistle. I know to play a little bit of drum and a little bit of bass guitar. And I know a little bit to play piano, because when I don't want to play guitar because I'm tired of it, I usually play piano. Ta-da! But it's been a lot of time that I've not played piano. Let's go to play some piano, if I remember how to do that. And then last question by Deep Fuse. How and where have you learned to play guitar, and how have you learned to do great improvisation and solo? So I started learning electric guitar in a private music school, and my teacher was Fulvio Carlini. The first year and second year I was there, I was not convinced to play guitar. And then the second year, because of Fulvio, because he pushed me to play guitar, the second year I was there, he convinced me to play guitar with more effort, and then I started to learn and study guitar seriously. And then, how have I learned to do great improvisation and solos? The first thing that you need to know when you're improvising is the chords that you are playing on. That's very important, because all the most important guitarists, when they write solo, when they improvise, they know where they are playing, so they try to reach the right notes on the right chord. So if I'm playing a C, I will play during my improvisation a C or a G or an E, okay? Because I need to finish my phrasing, I need to play my solos melodically and not just as a machine all the time. No, you have to play, you have not to be a machine. Then, for learn how to improvise, you have to improvise over backing track, and it took a lot of time. And when I say a lot of time, I mean at least 100 hours of practice. And beside of practice, you need to listen a lot of musicians, you have to listen a lot of live shows, you have to listen a lot of style and catch now here, new ideas of phrasing, new ideas of technique. So that's basically the most important tip that I think that I have to tell you for improvisation. It's not difficult as people think it is. Just listen what you're playing and where are you playing. So the video is finished. We will meet on September, because I really need all this. I really need to rest for a little bit, and I will have another exam on September, but not hard as the previous that I had. But I still have projects recorded and filmed, and I'm ready to upload them on September. So I really enjoyed to talk with you in this video, and I hope that you enjoyed this as well. And share this video with your friends, leave me a like if you like, because we all together need to make this family bigger, and we will see you on September. I will miss you. Bye guys.